Hola, party people. So, I'm not going to hold y'all too long. To make this short and sweet. Okay. All right. So, I don't know what's going on. There we go. Pop up. All right. So, we're talking about Monday Night Raw because it just literally happened. Hello, Hiram. How are you? So, it literally just happened. We watched Monday Night Raw. The last match of the night was awesome. So big ups to Becla and Asuka for putting on a good closer with the no hose bar. It had some clunky moments in the beginning, but it was able to recover, pick up, and go dummy. So I appreciate it. I love it, and I'm happy for both women. Um, it's a congratulations to Becky, but I didn't really want Becky to win. I kind of wanted Asuka to win so Becky could continue down on this downward spiral. But, que sera, sera. We have to let it be what it is. So it is what it is. I don't know what they're going to do, but it seems like they have Carmella in the running for Bianca. And now Becky is also still in the running with Bianca. So we got a lot mixed into the pot, but we're going to see who finally makes it into the final gumbo. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing great, Hiram. Thanks for asking. Hello, Glory Girl Lacey. Hello, how are you guys doing? So, I did get to see parts of Raw. I didn't get to see everything. I have an idea about what happened, but I don't know everything. So, we're going to get into the parts that I did get to see. Finn Balor and Damian Priest, the two remaining members of Judgment Day, as Rhea Ripley is still on the shelf due to a brain injury, which I'm going to believe is a concussion, which is why she hasn't been put back in the ring yet. Um, hello, Aaliyah. Hello, King. Okay. So this match was set because of last week. Last week, Judgment Day came across the Mysterios and was pretty much talking down to him. And Ray and his son Dominic challenged the challenged Judgment Day to a match. And they pretty much had it. They did the match. The match was fairly decent. They were able to cheat. They were in the Mysterio's hometown of San Diego, California. And of course, everybody was expecting Bayley to rear her ugly head, but Bayley did not show up. I think they're saving Bayley for another time. But anyways, if Bayley comes back, which that's another conversation for another day. But anyway, Judgment Day and the Mysterios had a match. In the beginning, for the most part of the match, it was a back and forth. But when they got ready to cheat, Judgment Day put a chair in the ring, and Dominic got hit with a chair in the stomach. And then Rey Mysterio pretty much pulled one out of Eddie Guerrero's arsenal and pretended like he got hit and fell to the ground. When the referee turned around, Finn Balor had the chair, and Rey Mysterio was writhing in pain. Therefore, the referee saw it that way that Finn Balor cheated. So the match was given to the Mysterios, a W for them in their hometown, and quick thinking on Rey Mysterio's part. And that was that. Or so we thought. A few segments later, we see Judgment Day attack Rey Mysterio and Dominic backstage, to which, it didn't lead to anything, but it was just a big attack on the Mysterios. So hopefully it's just going to be the Mysterios and Judgment Day for a little while until we get to a new piece that I found out today that I'll be talking about in just a second. Now, everybody was in an uproar, as King said, about Finn Balor wearing pants. Balor rarely wrestles in pants, so it was interesting to see him come out there in a pair of pants. I don't think I like it, but if he likes it, I love it. I'm not going to shit on it. It's his body. He can do what the fuck he wants. I don't care. It was just odd to see him in a pair of pants. It was different. It's the best way to explain it. It was different. It was unique. And I didn't expect it. So shout out to Finn Balor for, switching it up a little bit, giving the girl something new to look at. Okay. He was like, listen, I'm more than just abs, okay, and a pretty face. I have legs. You see my legs. You can see them better in these pants, these pantalones. I'm sorry. I was having a tough moment. Anyway, Aaliyah said that's classic, to be honest. Well, true. Anyways, so that's that. Now let's move on to the other announced situation. Was that Logan Paul was supposed to be a part of Monday Night Raw, or at least in a part where he was supposed to respond to the Miz, talking about letting bygones be bygones and becoming a tag team. We did see him respond. He was at the WWE Center. It was around the time that he signed his contract. And essentially, he just was like, we'll never be friends. You and I are mortal enemies. And, I'm coming for you. That's pretty much what he said. And the Miz made it very clear. He's like, listen, what you have to understand is in your world, you can say and do whatever you want. You got a bunch of yes men around you. Things work in your favor because you structure it to be so. But here in WWE, it's a whole different animal, and you have to be prepared. I was preparing you for the animal. He said they're going to humble you really quickly. And if you don't retract your statements and accept my offer to be my tag team champion and join me in becoming the Raw tag team champions, or the undisputed champions, as he said, then I will have to be the one to humble you. And for once, I'm totally on the Miz's side with this one. I don't give a shit about Logan Paul. And if you ask me, the Miz very well should beat his ever-living ass at SummerSlam. But we'll just have to wait and see, because this ultimately led to a match with AJ Styles. And this was not a bad match between Styles and The Miz. The Miz and Styles have a pretty good chemistry in the ring. However, he ultimately lost the match to AJ Styles and was put out in the corner. This led to Ciampa coming in once again, attacking everyone that the Miz is in conflict with. He did it with Mustafa Ali, and now he's doing it with AJ Styles, and he's interfered multiple times on Miz's behalf. I don't know where this is headed with the two of them, but one can only hope that this could lead to helping build Ciampa up and give Ciampa an opportunity to be a premier bad guy on the Raw brand. For now, he's definitely my type of character that I love to hate, especially with the work that he did in NXT. I don't think he needs to be put with The Miz. Quite frankly, I feel like you can just give him his time and he will be able to show you what he's capable of. I don't know why they're making him be with The Miz, but it just seems weird to me. Especially when it seems like Ciampa's older than him in more ways than one. But whatever. Ciampa's interfering led to the moment where The Miz was able to get the drop on AJ Styles and hit him with the skull-crushing finale. And that was it. AJ Styles was laid out, and The Miz got this as a souvenir. So, yeah. The girlies were on full display tonight, though. Liv Morgan is the new SmackDown Women's Champion. She got to have a segment and talk all night. And basically, she, just told everybody it's our title and we did it together. And I was like, baby, that was you. I wasn't on your side. But I ain't mad at you. You got the championship. It's something you've always wanted. I'm not going to shit on you. All I'm going to tell you was good luck and Godspeed, because Charlotte Flair is coming, honey. She is coming, okay? Anyway, Liv was cutting her promo, and of course, Natalya came out there and was like, before you start going in about how you're so happy and blah, 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 I was the reason why you were able to get the drop on Ronda in the first place. And I was sitting here in the room just watching, and I said, well, why you ain't just beat Ronda? If it was all about getting the drop, why didn't you just beat her? And of course, sis was still taking them overfilled lips of hers and them hard titties of hers to the task, popping off at the mouth and saying all types of random shit, honey. But all in all, it ended up leading to Carmella's bum ass coming out there talking shit as well. And Liv made a very good point. She was like, yes, you were in the spotlight last night when you lost to Bianca Belair. And that spotlight was real small. Pinhole small, bitch. Compared to the light that Bianca shines, you are a minuscule dot on the blip of a radar, hunty. Okay? Now, the girls was not happy about Liv cracking jokes on them losing. So, and in typical Mela fashion, she goes, Natalia, listen, girl, we could just take her out together. She in our way, let's take her ass out together. And that's exactly what they did. They both attacked and took out their competition, and boom, chicka boom. It was over and done with. They all were getting attacked, and Bianca came out and saved the day. Adam wide hipped ass came out there and pretty much was like, yo, y'all could kill all of that. We gonna make y'all into a tag team. We gonna do the champions versus the losers. The champions ended up winning with Liv Morgan getting the pin on Natalya. So there you have it. The two champions are still reigning supreme, while the two losers are still just that losers. Okay. Now, there was a match between Chad Gable, Alpha Academy. Let me tell y'all something. That was just fucking nasty. Okay? Fucking nasty. But I'm going to tell y'all about this match. Hold on. Hello, Nika. Hello, Tirza. Hello, Morovich. Hello. Tirza said, right, you ain't do it for me because I couldn't give a shit but float on, right? That's all I'm saying, girl. Just let her have her moment. All it takes for Natty is one needle to pop it. Child, from what I've seen, them titties is indestructible. From the way she begins smacks and the way her sister be chopping her in her chest, they are indestructible, which is a whole nother conversation for another day because them hoes is nasty. But anyway, on the flip side, say you could just pop her with a dull sewing pin at, honestly. I don't know, baby. Her sister be knife edge chopping her real hard in her titties and don't nothing be happening to her. I don't know. Bianca's gear was really cute. Purple and gold looks gorgeous on her, and it translated on TV beautifully. I'm so glad that lady didn't come out there with her her jacket sleeves not sewn. She said she forgot to sew them for Money in the Bank, and she was left with the pins in there. And she said she was messing her arms up, honey. I said, girl, how you forget to sew the arms? It's all right, Bianca. You look beautiful anyway. Your jacket was nice. We loved your gear at Money in the Bank. And I liked your gear tonight. I think the penny style gear works better for Bianca, but I like her pants gear too. I think when she changes up her gear, she always does it very well and she looks very good doing it. So props to Bianca for always coming through with the new shit and not making the girls be bored. Okay, because Rico be crying when Asuka come out there. Asuka like, shit, I've been wrestling since I was 12. You understand? I'm tired of y'all. Y'all gonna get this gear and be happy, bitch. Okay? I meant the lips. I know those tatas are basically titanium, girl. I fucks with it. Yeah, Natty and her sister be slapping the hell out of their chests. Her braid also threw her glasses off. Oh my goodness. Anyways, let me tell y'all about Otis. So if some of y'all didn't see, Otis had a hot dog eating contest with Akira Tozawa and with Dawkins over here. Now they all was eating. Tozawa was the one who won by eating 48 hot dogs. So they say. And it seemed like Otis was having a little bit of tummy trouble. So they still shut up, babe. They went on with the match. It was Austin Theory and Alpha Academy versus Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits. They went back over the Street Profits' loss to the Usos, despite the fact that Montez's shoulder was up. I guess we'll have to wait until Friday to address that, but it is what it is. Now, Bobby won his match against Theory and essentially became a two-time United States champion. Congratulations to Bobby Lashley. Now we are leading into a part 2 for Lashley and Theory going into SummerSlam. Bobby Lashley will face Austin Theory again for the United States Championship. This is Theory's rematch. So we're going to get a month-long feud with them leading into SummerSlam. All right? Now, back to Alpha Academy. Otis ate one too many hot dogs and told Chad Gable he did not feel good. They had the match, and then it got to the part where it was time for Bobby Lashley and Montez to shine. Okay? Baby. Bobby Lashley hit Otis in the stomach with that spear, and Montez ended up hitting him with that frog splash, and that Negro was not feeling well after that. He laid out for a little while, and after the match was over, because Bobby is the one who picked up the win on Chad Gable, he laid out for a little while, and honey, when he came back in the ring, he spewed literal chunks of hot dog in the ring and on the ref, and he almost got Chad Gable, but Gable moved out of the way in time. Oh my God, it was so effing gross. That referee had better got some bonus pay for that, because ain't no fucking way I'm gonna let somebody spew chunks on me and not be compensated for it, bitch. No way, no how. All right, but NT way, that shit was disgusting. One thing about Monday Night Raw that I thought was a little bit weird was the fact that Gunther was featured on Raw, and he had to go up against R-Truth. Now, R-Truth was coming out there dressed like Uncle Sam. And we know that Gunther and Ludwig are basically, they're German, right? They're representing their country of, what is it, Austria? Is it Austria or Germany? It's one of them. Either way, given the circumstances of the United States of America, and I use that term literally, America, I couldn't help but equate that to being racist. I don't know if that's just my bias kicking in or if I'm being fucking weird, but it just didn't look right to me that on the 4th of July, you have a black man dressed up like Uncle Sam, and then he gets his ass beat by Gunther. I just didn't understand the logic behind it, nor do I care. And I feel like this could have just been like a little backstage segment on fucking Friday that didn't have to happen on Monday Night Raw. I just didn't understand. I didn't understand the logic behind it, and I still don't. I cannot rationalize or make sense of what I saw in terms of that segment today. So I was very fucking confused. I was just like, okay, babe, whatever works for you. Yeah, at Money in the Bank, when she was doing her entrance and she does her braid flip, it flipped her glasses off, but she played it off and got to skipping like the queen she is. Of course. What's the matter? Hold on. Hold on, y'all. What's that, the tag team thing for Universe Mode?
Downstairs is not waking up here. Right here.
Okay. Any whoosies. Anyways, y'all, so Baby Boss have had too many hot dogs. He got to make a mess. No choice. Child, that was nasty. I just didn't understand the segment with Gunther and Bobby. I mean, with Gunther and R-Truth. I was very confused by it, and I just felt like there was no need to have it. It wasn't necessary. I still don't think it was necessary. So we're gonna talk about Becky and Asuka's match in a second. Let me get to Seth Rollins and Ezekiel. So Seth Rollins and Ezekiel had a scheduled match today. Seth Rollins and Ezekiel's match came from Seth Rollins being at the cookout earlier with the WWE superstars, and Ezekiel's trying to put some ketchup on his hot dog like anybody else would. Sans Don, because he hates ketchup. But he tried to put ketchup on his hot dog and shook it up and had it open and squeezed it. And the ketchup got all over Seth Rollins' all white outfit.
But what took me out was the person in the background go, "Oh no, that's gonna stay."
Right. Right. And it is gonna stain. That's ketchup, baby. So he basically tried to he made it seem like he was okay with it by laughing, but then he got serious. But what really took me the fuck out is when Ezekiel took the hot dog bun and just rubbed it all over Seth's face and all over his shirt and chest. It just was bad. So a match was set between Ezekiel and Seth Rollins. And let me tell y'all, that match was fairly good. I don't know what happens when Elias becomes Ezekiel, but whatever the reason, he seems to be wrestling extremely well. He has a good move set, and he took Seth Rollins' ass to task today. Okay, they was in there battling. Most of the matches on Monday Night Raw today were fairly good. I really enjoyed it match-wise. It was so much fun to watch. Now, it was at the end of the match that made me go, bitch, you out your mind. So Seth Rollins curb stomped Ezekiel to win the match in the beginning. And in true Seth Rollins fashion, he tried to leave, but he just couldn't let well enough be alone. So he went back in the ring to try to curb stomp him again and ended up getting caught by an RKO from Matt Riddle. Out of nowhere, very similar to a very special WWE superstar, Randall Orton, that we all love. You know, he pretty much gave him a good old Randy. And well, Seth was laid out and fucking Riddle was in the middle of the ring, basically basking in the ambiance of his good old RKO hit. And that was that. So I don't know where that's going to lead, but it seems like Riddle and Seth Rollins has some unfinished business. And more than likely next Monday, you will see Matt Riddle going up against Seth Rollins in a one-on-one bout. Let's get to Becca and Asuka. So Becky came out first and was setting the tone for the match. Becky pulled out tables. She pulled out chairs. She pulled out all the stops, had them piled up, ready to roll. Okay. Hold on, y'all. Let me get y'all comments in here. And I love hot dogs. Grilled burnt with extra mustard, baby. So seeing him puke chunks, no ma'am. I love a good hot dog too. I had hot dogs today. We were sitting outside with my family and just chilling. I love a good hot dog, but I like mine with stadium mustard, maybe a little raw onion. And if you give me some chili and some cheese, bitch, it's over. But I love a good hot dog. I thought I was the only one who thought, what in the racist shit is this? Oh, no, ma'am. No, ma'am. I was like, damn, WWE, you go. I'm like, it's fucking 4th of July, WWE. Okay? It's the 4th of July. At the bare minimum, you could have at least let motherfucking Drew Gulak do it. I mean, he white, so he got to be right. So let him do it. Why did you have to pick R-Truth to do it? I just didn't understand it. And I just didn't get the logic behind it. I was very confused, but whatever. Riddle's feet were so dirty. I hated it. Sometimes his feet do be dirty because he don't like to wear shoes. So I try not to look at his feet anymore because I remember one time when he was in NXT, I looked at the bottom of his feet and child almost threw up. But anyway, let me get back to Becca and Asuka. So like I said, Becky came out and she had all of the accoutrements for the no holds barred match, all laid out in the ring and on the outside of the ring. But when that match started, honey, Becky had a hard time setting up that chair and getting that chair stuff off. It was something a little off between her and Asuka. It was just in the beginning where things were a little sketchy, and you can see Asuka was waiting for Becky to finish propping up the chair, but she could not get that chair in that corner. They didn't improvise enough. But one thing I do like about WWE is when things like this happen, the camera cuts stop us from seeing it, although it may be awkward in the arena for the fans who watch. The ones who are at home watching it, we don't get to see all of that. So it makes this experience a little bit better and different for us when there are true production behind it and make things clean and streamlined so we can get a clean, streamlined show, if that makes sense. But she was having a little trouble getting them damn chairs up today, but they ended up working it out and pulling out a banger of a match. It was so good. I would highly recommend you go back and watch it if you haven't seen it. They did some stunts I didn't expect them to do, especially after Asuka took the brunt of Becky falling on her on that ladder Saturday. I just knew that she was going to come out there with her ribs taped up, but it seemed like she was fine. She didn't have any bruising or anything. So bless the Lord that she was okay. And she had about 2 full days to recover. So there's that. So good job on them for being able to fight through after that. It was like, why the fuck the black man got to be Uncle Sam? And that shit could have been a backstage segment or just scrap that shit together. That's what I said. I was like, why did you have to come out and have a match? Why couldn't it have been a backstage segment? You see him dressed as Uncle Sam, Dana back there, they move, and then they go about their business. Like, I just did not understand. Becky was off tonight. It happens. I think both Becky and Asuka were sore as hell from Saturday, and it was very apparent in the beginning of the match. Shit happens, and kudos to both of them for being banged up and taking the bumps they were. That fucking Asuka took that shit out when she went through the fucking table. That's a strong woman. That is a strong woman. Miss Voorhees went through that damn. She went through that table like a G. Okay, because she very well, I would have kicked out. I would not have give Becky that win. Like I said in the beginning of the show, I really think that Becky should have lost. Not because I don't want her to go up against Bianca, but because it'll add to the downward spiral of her madness. And it'll help strengthen the storyline that whatever she gets into. It'll really help change how Becky approaches things. I wanted to see her lose so I can see just how far she's willing to go to get back to where she used to be. I wanted to see that. I think that should have been the story, not her just winning, beating Asuka, and then going on. Like, I feel like it should have been Asuka beat her, and then Carmella and Asuka have a bout or whatever. But, because they're going to bring Carmella into this somehow. If they were smart and they wanted to do this, they need to kill two birds with one stone. Put Becky, Carmella, and Bianca in a triple threat at SummerSlam. They get rid of Carmella and she take out Becky quick. Boom, pow, period. Game over. We don't have to be sitting there for 15 minutes. I love the way Asuka has been showcased in the past few weeks since her return, and Becky is doing well in this role. Everything seemed to be done pretty well, which I was very proud of. Hold on a second, because I want to talk about one more thing when it came to Money in the Bank that I was very disappointed in from some of y'all fans. All right. Hold on, let me put Asuka's picture back up. Tirza said people tend to think on matches like that. People tend to think matches like they use prop ladders and tables and chairs, and that's just not true. All of that shit is real. Oh, it's prop, like they use prop ladders. She said people tend to think in matches like that they use prop ladders and tables and chairs, and that's just not true. All of that shit is real, and it hurts. So again, major props to them. From someone who's been hit by a chair and have gone through a table, it's real and it's painful. Oh my God. I still say you, Rico, Don, you guys are out of your mind for wanting to do this. I don't mind sitting up watching wrestling, but shit, I do not want to be a wrestler, and I damn sure respect the craft more than you know, honey. But I am not trying to be nobody's wrestler, babe. Nope. Nope. I enjoy being on the sidelines, sure do. I enjoy not having to worry about my bike curtain. Okay. I enjoy all of that. But Monday Night Raw overall was a very solid show. I enjoyed it. They piggybacked off of Money in the Bank a little bit, but they also led into what's going to be into the next phase, which is SummerSlam, pretty well. One more thing that they did do, and they kept running that creepy promo of whoever it is that's supposed to be returning. Now, a lot of people think that it is Bray Wyatt. I don't think that it's Bray Wyatt. I don't know if it's Edge, although the clues that's in the video does give you an idea that it is Edge. So let's look at, I'm gonna go, hold on. All right. Let's go to the Googlers. Okay, so Bleacher Report has an article that came out in 2011. This was shortly after the time that Edge retired, I believe. And they were talking about his greatest rivalries. And they have his honorable mentions, which was Foley, Van Dam, The Miz, CM Punk, and the GMs. They said Team Nexus, Alberto Del Rio, which I think could be questionable. Batista is a very good rivalry for Edge. I thought that was a good one. Edge and Mysterio. Kurt Angle is up there. We did see the gold medals in the video. Let me see. Christian was one of his greatest adversaries as well, and Randy Orton was as well early, like towards the end of his actual career. The first time, Jeff Hardy was a major rivalry for Edge. Triple H, Chris Jericho, The Undertaker was a big rival for Edge when he was on SmackDown for sure. When especially when Vicky was GM, that was around 2008. This was well into his terror reign of SmackDown, and that was when Undertaker he was plagued to be Undertaker's adversary at WrestleMania that following year. Vicky Guerrero had stripped the Undertaker that year of that heavyweight championship, and he couldn't use that Death Triangle lock anymore. He was stripped from doing that. But yeah, that was a good rivalry. If you've never seen it, you should go back on the WWE Network. Well, on the Peacock Network. Sorry. If you're in Canada, you can watch it on the WWE Network. And if you're in the UK, you can watch it on the WWE Network. But yeah, so it was Edge and Christian and the Hardy Boys and the Dudley Boys. One of his biggest rivalries. John Cena was very much a big proponent of rivalries for him. And then, of course, Matt Hardy. Now, one thing I don't see is Edge with Eddie Guerrero up here as one of his biggest rivalries. But according to the Googler, Edge went up against Eddie Guerrero in 2002. And it was on SmackDown. It was August 29th, 2002. He's had multiple matches with Eddie Guerrero. It was a no disqualification match. He had a no disqualification match with Eddie. There was a match that was a tag team. It was Chavo and Eddie Guerrero versus Edge and John Cena. It was Eddie Guerrero and Chris Benoit versus Edge and The Rock. And then, of course, like I said, there were multiple matches. So he has had matches with Eddie Guerrero. This no DQ match was in 2002. Yeah, this was September 26th of 2002. There were a few was started with Edge and Eddie Guerrero, and they ended up leaving. This ended up leading into a no disqualification match between the two guys. So they did fight. But it was just odd that he picked Latino Heat. If it was gonna be that way, it was just odd. It was just weird. But anyways, let me get to some of y'all comments. I'm not sure who it is. If it is Edge, then cool. I'm all on board for this. It seems like Edge is always able to reinvent himself, very similar to Seth Rollins. So I'm on board for it. But I just want to see what this is, or who this is, rather. If it's Bray Wyatt, I'm fine with that too. But like I said, I find it to be odd that everybody thinks is Bray Wyatt. The things that are in the video don't allude to Bray Wyatt. I could see if it was a chair and dolls, stuff that we know is equated to Bray Wyatt and his entire character arc and makeup. I could understand that. But this doesn't have anything to do with him. This is all shit that was in the past before he was even a part of WWE. And this rests right at the feet of Edge in terms of the aesthetic of it. But more specifically, the clues that are in the video rest at Edge's feet, because each person that he's alluding to, from Jeff Hardy to Latino Heat to the gold medal with Kurt Angle, it most definitely leads to Edge being the one. Now, a lot of people said it was Gable Steveson because of the Olympic gold medal. In my mind, that doesn't even compute. If it's him, then great, whatever. But it's an odd way to introduce an Olympic gold medalist. I would imagine it would start him off as a face and not as a heel. Probably give him a similar treatment to his older brother Damon that's happening in NXT, but probably on a grander scale on the main roster. I just don't see Gable Steveson doing something that dark and vampy. But that's just me. All right. Rico said, I'm back from socializing. Discovered Hot Ones had a partnership with Pringles. Psh, I'm good. I had like 20 of them hot chips to prove a point to the Caucasians. Oh, wow. Are they from the Caucasus Mountains? I want to do a table spot too. Oh, hell no. I'm guessing you're okay then, Rico. Even taking bumps, people don't realize or understand what that feels like. It's insane. Fuck yeah, them dudes was pussy. Oh my God. First of all, a pussy can take a lot of damage. So maybe they was just a pair of balls. Because one little tingling and y'all crying. Okay? A pussy out can take a lot of damage. If you know what I'm saying. Rico, you probably don't. But the girls that get it. And the girls that don't. I can't wait to start wrestling. All right, I'm glad you're doing the Lord's work. Yep, they were all dying. And I was like, y'all some fucking pussies. And they were like, why don't you eat 12 back to back? And I was like, bet. So I ate 14 after having like 6 prior to that. Oh, wow. I went head first and wanted to learn and try everything I possibly could, mainly because I was older. I was one of the older people in my school, and I knew my time was limited because my WWE tryout was in a few months. I don't want to dive into hardcore matches right away, But I do want to wrestle in Japan so I can learn how to take those hits. Saying Rico. Is it weird to say I want to watch you kick the heck out of people? When I watch wrestling, I think about all my dream matches and opponents and what could have been. But then I see someone like Bianca, who's the face of the company, and it just makes me proud seeing her. And I'm grateful for the short time I had to live out one of my dreams. Oh, Tirza, that's sweet. You'll always be a badass bitch in my eyes, Tirza, and bad neck or not, you can still kick all of their asses. I know it's not ideal that you didn't get to be a part of the E and wrestle, but you essentially did live out your dream. You still did more than most people do in their lifetime when it comes to accomplishing their goals. While it may have been minor, it may not have been the goal you wanted. WWE did scout you out. They did want you to come, and you were someone that they would have hired. You were obviously adept enough to wrestle. You're well versed in the sport. It's not like it wasn't possible. It's just sometimes things in life happen. It's unfortunate, but it's not the end of the line for you. There's always another door to walk through. Always another goal to reach, always another dream to have. But you were able to accomplish pieces of this dream. And that says a lot about you and what your determination is. And of course, you're a well accomplished dancer, which you've been for most of your life. You've got a lot going for yourself. You should be proud of what you did. Anywhoosies, so we know for sure SummerSlam. Let me go to SummerSlam. SummerSlam is set, y'all. Okay? We know exactly. I can't hear anything. Can everybody hear me? Am I not coming in clear? I feel like nobody can hear me. Can anybody hear me? Father, can you hear me?
Father.
I need somebody to tell me they can hear me. I hope y'all can hear me. Fireworks still going off outside, apparently. Okay, cool. They can hear me. Amazing. Funny thing is, I used to practice promos all the time. I would do them as a heel and as a face. Now, Tears, I know that you want to. She says she can't hear me. I know that Tears. I don't know what's going on with Tears' phone. Everybody else can hear me, but she can't hear me. Oh. All right. Even though Tears can't wrestle anymore, she still can be in the WWE. Now, you can be a ref. You can be one of those refs where you don't take a hit. There's a lot of refs like that. You could also be a manager. And you could be like Lana was when she first got there. Never took a bump, never took a hit. You know, you don't do any, you might slap, but you don't get into any fights. I know that ain't good enough, but you'll be in the company. You'll be doing something. Oh, she can hear me now. Cool. I mean, there's other ways to be a part of the E. You just have to kind of weasel your way in there. You know what I'm saying? Tirza would be dope on commentary. Because she would cuss as soon as Roman come out there and get this looking at her and winking and shit, she lose her damn religion. Don't put that woman on commentary. Do not put her on commentary. I think you could be a referee. Ooh, let me be on commentary. I would smoke Corey ass all the time. Child. Then as soon as Roman come out there, She gonna be the first one standing up, just like Corey B. With fucking Bliss used to come out there as the goddess. Oh hell, the goddess. She gonna be like, I acknowledge you, Roman. No. Roman walk out, tears ago, audibly moan in the headset. Ew. 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 Yeah, but would you rather her ref one of Roman's matches or just talk about him on commentary? I think Tirza would be a whole professional ref in a match, but her face probably wouldn't be. She'd probably be in the ring. She'd be in the ring with her face, just be telling all types of stories. Okay. I think she would be a professional when it came to being in the ring. I don't think they would put her as a referee for his matches.
Yes, like Terry, we done told you before, you cannot caress the back of his head when you go for the pin. Just count, damn it.
Cause you know she gonna touch
Every
it.
time she slides, she gonna cop a feel. 1, Tirza.
Huh?
Count.
I did. I counted. Hold on. Let's do it again. Referee, set it up. I'm the ref. Damn, I forgot I'm the ref. Okay. Do it again. Ring the bell. We going again. Y'all ready? I'm so sorry. Roman, you okay? All right. You gonna ask me if I put? No, fuck you. Okay. Roman, are you okay? You all right? All right, baby. Everybody go. Come on. Let's get the match going again. Tears ain't even gonna count. She's just gonna be standing there looking. And I'm like, Tears, damn. Oh shit. 1, 2, 3. Match over. Ring the bell. He won. Then she gonna hold his hand up, just be looking at him, Jerry. You know, where you get that look. Mm-hmm. You get that look. She said, bitch, y'all already know what the fuck is up. She gonna be on commentary like, that's my tribal chief. I acknowledge him daily, twice on Sundays. He can do no wrong in my eyes. That's not like some shit she would actually say, which is extremely fucked up. Beyond reason. But I'd rather officiate one of Roman's matches than call it on commentary. Hey, Kayla. So Roman is supposed to be on SmackDown Friday, as is Brock Lesnar. They both are scheduled to be there. I don't know about y'all, but I'm less interested in this than anything. These two have been battling for almost 6 months, and it's just, I know that it's not done on purpose and intentionally. And I understand that with them losing 2 of their biggest people in Randy and in Corey, it cost them multiple matches at SummerSlam, at Clash at the Castle, at Money in the Bank, and of course at the Royal Rumble. It cost them a lot of time because both of their guys went down. It removed the opportunity to have Randy go up against Roman. And they ended up having to bring back Lego Goro here to go up against Roman again, as they call him Cowboy Brock. So it's difficult, but I understand why they did it, and it makes perfect sense. So I'm okay with it because there's nobody else that they could have put up against Roman that would have worked. Especially if you don't want it to immediately look like Roman is going to lose, or to make it look like Roman is going to win. You want it to be like something that could be plausible, where somebody's going to put up an actual fight. And whether you love Brock Lesnar or hate him, every time they've gone up against each other in the past, they have actually had an actual bout. It hasn't been just a knockdown, draw, basically squash match for Brock Lesnar. It was a true fight for those belts. So I guess we'll just have to wait and see. I don't even think I can even officiate one of his matches because once it's over, he'd want to leave his wife. Girl. And you ain't going to leave your man for him. You better not. I slept you 3 times on Sunday. Shit. Right in your face. Skippity paps. Skippity paps. I thought you were going to say 6 years. I was about to say, yeah, not 6 years, Aaliyah. You messy. Michael gonna try and call the match, and she's gonna be like, Michael, hush. Our tribal chief is in the ring. Bask in his presence. No talking. All we can do is just admire him. You know what, Rico? All your shit, I'm gonna put on t-shirts. Okay? All them is going on t-shirts. All right. So Theory is gonna attempt to cash in and fail, right? Dear God, I hope Tirza. I'm hoping that that's the plan, because let's put this into perspective, okay? Austin Theory with the Universal Undisputed Championship. No. I don't care what anybody says. There's no logical explanation for Theory to jump the line and become champion in any capacity. That does not work for me. I don't care what anyone says. That makes no sense. But what does make sense is Theory possibly losing his cash in and then moving into having his bout with Cena at WrestleMania. That makes perfect sense to me. I guess we'll just have to wait and see, though. But I'm hoping that that is the plan. I don't know when he's going to fail his cash in, especially if Brock Lesnar gets the title off of Roman. And even if Roman retains, like, Roman dropping the belt to fucking Theory, I can't see Roman agreeing to that shit at all. Not at all. Nah, Malcolm ain't going no motherfucking where. Well, then you can't have them both, bitch. You can't be lusted after Roman Reigns and then be trying to hunch on Malcolm later on. You can't do that. You can't do that. That's nasty and rude. Rude. Okay. We know I don't play about him, girl. Then you better admire from afar like the rest of us married folk do and move the fuck on. Okay? Tirza want to have men like Zelina did, Roman at work and Malcolm at home. Oh, girl. You wrong as two left shoes. I can imagine Tirza waiting to do the count until Roman was looking at her and she'll count. It'll make her ass jiggle. Like, he always wins when she raps. That's a mess. I think him stupidly saying he's gonna cash in at SummerSlam is a rookie mistake. So Roman or Brock is gonna be expecting it. I mean, let's just look at it from a storyline perspective. Let's not even look at it from reality, right? Storyline wise, it doesn't make sense to put the title on Theory when nobody else had been able to get that belt off of Roman or Brock at any time. I genuinely don't believe that they're going to pull the trigger on Theory this fucking fast with him being champion unless he's going to be a transitional champion. If this is what they're going to do, is to get Roman out of the way and more specifically give Drew McIntyre an easy slide into the WWE Universal Championship. But to be honest, if I was Drew, no, I want the challenge of beating the guy who's been on top for 2 years, not the guy who stole the belt in 2 minutes. You feel what I'm saying? Like, to me, it just would make better sense. Plus, it's another long-term story because we saw Drew McIntyre go down to Roman some years back when Drew was champion. It'll be a full circle moment for Drew McIntyre and for Roman if Drew McIntyre beats Roman at Clash at the Castle in UK on September 3rd. So for me, I would rather you go with the story of Roman staying champion, moving into Clash at the Castle, and that being his final pay-per-view as the champion, letting him go and rest and do what he needs to do for himself, and then have him come back around Royal Rumble, enter into the Rumble, possibly lose it because of The Rock, and then start the situation with him and The Rock with no fucking title. With no title. My money don't jiggle jiggle. It folds. I love to see you wiggle wiggle. For sure. As much as I love Roman, and I'm not that type of bitch, is Roman absolutely beautiful? Absolutely. But I wouldn't trade Malcolm for a million Romans. That's my girl. That's my girl. That is my girl. Oh, she said, not me watching on the TV. Yes, you on the big screen. I'm on the big screen, girl. Hey, hold on a second. Let me put my logo up there. Hey, girl. Hey, how are you? My face cute. Is my picture cute? I want my picture to be cute. Because right now, what I'm seeing right now, that's not cute. But these pictures serves, hunty. Okay. Anyways, let me get to something that kind of took me out from Money in the Bank a little bit. So, Shotzi was on Twitter and she had been getting attacked. Yes. It's Kayla home. So Tim can say her period is giving. Yes. Hey, Kayla. No one could get a hold of her. I hope she okay. Last time I saw your sister, she was lit. She was 4 sheets to the breeze. Okay, she was tore up from the floor up. I thought she damn near threw up. Oh. Anyways, let's talk about Shotzi and the fans going at her neck for her performance in her Money in the Bank match. Now, Shotzi Blackheart did not perform to the max. Neither did Raquel. Now, we've all seen them perform in the War Games match. I think they were in the first Women's War Games match. Right, babe? Or the second one?
I can't remember.
Y'all gonna tell me in the comments if I'm wrong. Anyway, they were in the War Games match and they performed beautifully. But this match for Money in the Bank might have been some first time jitters for them. And you can see they had some stumbles and grumbles. Shotzi was a little shaky and she's been a little bit off as of lately in her match. It was the second one. Okay, it was the second War Games match they performed in. Thank you. Thank you, Tears, and thank you, Rico. So Shotzi had been getting a lot of flack. Like people had been sending her messages claiming that she should be fired, that she was a danger to the other superstars. She said, and I quote, let me pull it up so I can see it. I know it's might be small and hard for y'all to read, so I'm gonna read it off of my phone. Let me see if I got it still. Oh yeah, I do got it. She said, there are 3 things I care about at the end of a match. Is everybody safe? Did everyone have fun? And did the crowd react? It was Bianca, Rhea, Shayna, and I think we're in the first one. Okay. This bothered me. She is correct. Ladder matches like this are chaotic, but this was a bit sloppy. I don't think she should be fired or sit back down like weirdos are saying, but it's like, girl. Well, in her defense, this was her first pay-per-view match on the main roster. And while I understand that Shotzi hasn't been as clean as she could have been in other matches on SmackDown, there have been some things that have been a little shaky for her. This was her first hardcore style match on the main roster and this was one of the biggest pay-per-views outside of the big 4. So you kind of have to give Shotzi a little bit of leeway here. And I know a lot of people want to shit on her immediately, but Shotzi's probably one of the safest workers there. And I think she just had a bad night, which happens. There's really nothing you could do about it. I could see if it was like Nia, where like every time you turn around, somebody's getting injured. You're like every time you turn around, somebody's getting injured. But with her, this isn't a constant thing. So she's trying to get some jitters out and shake some things off. She's still got some things to work through personally. Like Rico mentioned, he says also she lost her stepdad and her birth dad within a year within each other. There's a lot that goes into that. And I just feel like she just got to take some time to kind of work her way back into being her normal self. But I think she did okay in the match even given her blunders that she made, she still was able to pull through and do some decent shit. You know what I'm saying? So here's what she said. There are 3 things I care about at the end of a match. Is everyone safe? Did everyone have fun? And did the crowd react? Nobody got hurt. We all had a blast, and the Vegas crowd was hot, hot, hot. I felt on the top of the world after that match and was so excited to finally have my first hardcore match in over a year. I wouldn't have done anything I didn't practice or thought I couldn't do safely, but I'm not a wrestling robot. I'm a human, and slips happen, especially in a chaotic, unpredictable ladder match. I can take a joke and laugh at myself. One of the first things I said was, I can't wait to see that spot on Botchamania. But comments like you should be fired and other terrible things admittedly hit hard. I had to have a few friends wipe the tears off my face and slap some sense into me and remind me who the fuck I am. That being said, all my haters can suck my big, giant, hairy mangoes. And I feel bad for her because, like I said, when you're in that type of match, there are aspects of it that you can't change or fix. You just have to kind of roll with it. And she did the best she could, despite the fact that she was making some mistakes. She wasn't the only one. Raquel had some blunders in that match, and she was blatantly obvious, along with that Shotzi, that they were shaken or had some jitters. They really, really were uncomfortable. Well, Raquel seemed to be uncomfortable. It just seemed like Shotzi was a little too eager. Does that make sense? I think her being so eager and her having her first match, her core match in a year, and being on a major pay-per-view like this, it kind of shook a little bit. It was just like, damn, this is my first match. I'm excited. I think her excitement took over and she was a little too overzealous in the match. And some spots that were planned did not go as planned. There was some slips. Some people slipped. You had people running up the ladder. They fell through it. They didn't get through the ladder. Things happen. It wasn't done intentionally, but it was very sloppy. And although matches are rehearsed and things happen, you can't always control. But saying she should be fired and all the other nonsense is dramatic. People are fucking annoying. What's interesting to me is that what we saw from Becky and Asuka, nobody said that Becky should have been fired because Asuka didn't break her fall with the ladder breaking. That everything that came down on her, Asuka bore the brunt of it from Becky. And Becky landed awkwardly on her. It looked like she landed on the edge of her rib cage. It looked like she broke something. And with the way Asuka reacted, she did not come back in that ring for the rest of that match. She was gone. So nobody said that Becky should have been fired after that spot. They left it like it was. They didn't have any issues with it. I just wish that people would stop picking on those who they don't like and then letting other people have a pass for when they do something that's dramatic or over the top. Yes, it was sloppy. Yes, it could have been cleaner. It isn't the end of the world. Shotzi will learn as she goes along and she will get cleaner and better. That's all. She wanted to go all out and it kind of failed, but there's always the next match. Exactly. Oop, that was nasty. She def landed on her ribs. It was a nasty fall, but it doesn't mean that Becky should be fired for it. However, nobody called for her firing with the way that Becky fell on her. Nobody said anything. Everybody was just like, damn, that was a nasty spot. But because of Shotzi's recklessness in the ring, and not necessarily in terms of causing people bodily harm and danger, it was just, let me put it this way, she was a little overzealous in the ring. And the spot she had practiced and was ready to do, they didn't go over well, and it ended up looking a little sloppy on her part. Raquel is not too far behind. I don't think Raquel was prepared for that type of match. Oh, Rico said, bless you.
Thank you.
I don't think she was prepared for that. She seemed like the odd man out, just like Omos was. And I feel like she shouldn't have been in that match to begin with. That's just me. I feel like they could have had who else could they could have put Piper in there. I know I keep dwelling on it. Piper could have been put in that match. They could have brought Naomi back and put her in that match. They could have put anybody in her slot. I just would not have put Raquel in there. Zaya could have been in the match. I wouldn't have minded Zaya Lee being in there. I shave my underarms, y'all, and one thing I hate about shaving my underarms is that they get that stubble, and I don't like using like Nair or anything. And bitch, it's got that stubble and it's itching. Ugh, not Piper. He said Piper Nevin. Anyway, so that was Monday Night Raw, ladies and gentlemen, and of course, I want to talk about um Miss Good Old Shortsy, but I posted something on my Instagram that I want to talk about too. I didn't upload the picture for that, but Kayla Braxton was kind of getting some heat on Twitter today because she posted a tweet. I was screaming from the rooftops. We all know Rico rep hard for the big girls. I laughed so hard when they booed the fuck out of Lacey last night. I don't know why they booed Lacey Evans so bad. Like, she a former United States Marine. It ain't like she a heel. No, although I would turn her a heel, honestly. I think she would work. You can still be a Marine and still be a heel. You know what I'm saying? Madam Doodle would have body yaddy that match. I can't with you. So Kayla was on Twitter earlier today, and she said, a guy asked me if I was free today, and I told him I've been free since 1776. Happy 4th of July, everybody. And this joke didn't go over well with some people. There was somebody who tweeted her and was like, ma'am, you're black. And she was like, oh, so now I'm black because it fits today's narrative. The other day, y'all called me white. Y'all black, go be racist somewhere else. But, you know, Kayla gets a lot of flack with her being biracial. And when she talks about Black Lives Matter or when she speaks on black topics, she gets told to be quiet because she doesn't know what she's talking about. She does not live the black experience. And that's one thing about black folks that I don't like. You can't tell somebody what their black experience is. One thing about it, and two things for sure. We all black. And even though we all have a different experience, it varies in how far the racism will go. You're still going to have racists coming up to you and causing you harm and causing you grief, white nationalists included. Kayla is not exempt from that. Kayla gets it from both sides, unfortunately. It's a sad thing, but it's true. And I really wish people would allow her to speak her truth, whether you agree with it or not. Like, it's it's her thing. She can do whatever she wants. You know what I'm saying? But moving on, she also said, let's stop making issues out of issues. Get along, laugh a little, make jokes. Don't get offended by jokes. Pull out the wedgie, take out the pole. Life is too damn short, my friends. Be you. Anyone who doesn't approve, ill. And then she said the final tweet of the day, and I mean to offend you. If you don't understand sarcasm or humor, props means your IQ was lower than your body count. Otherwise, baby, you're a firework. So essentially, she made a joke that some people felt was in poor taste, as Tears has said. She felt like it was in poor taste. It was a joke, though. In my opinion, I don't really care enough. This isn't something that it's not a pressing matter that we need to be having a conversation about. We got more fish to fry than this. November is when the midterms start. This is when we need to be voting specifically now, especially at local and state levels. And this is the Senate race. We need to be cleaning that shit up, okay? We can be clearing out all of these fuckers that are in there right now, making laws and causing problems and putting people in office that are going to represent the current state of the United States, not the past or what the conservatives want it to be, but make it so that it is a place where everybody can feel like they have the right to do what is best for them. And the only way to do that is to put people in office who actually care about the people and not about money or religion or the bottom line. Okay? That's what you're supposed to be doing. Focusing on this is annoying, in my opinion. We all black when the lights turn off, as Cole said on an episode of Martin. Just kidding, but for real, they been going at her neck hard. The joke was corny, and I find a lot of shit funny. But girl, that landed like flat soda. That last part sounded like something Kitty would say. If you think that your IQ is lower than your body count, other than that, baby, you're a firework. That does sound like something Kenny would say. That's facts. That is absolute facts. Vote or die. It does. It sounds like something she would say. It really do. But we don't, like I said, it's nothing to get all hyphy about. And I hate when people get on Twitter and all of a sudden you now are self-righteous and you having your moment. Like, there's better ways to fight the fight. Like, this ain't one of them. This ain't one of them. I don't care enough about it either. But as a black woman, joke or not, someone who gets flack for being black should know better. She said it was a joke. I just don't care enough to go into it. But I thought I would bring it up because I just thought it was interesting. And she's always getting flack. Even when she says the right stuff, she's getting blasted on social media for something. They either say she not black enough or she leans too much into her white heritage. They say her makeup is wrong, her clothes aren't right. They say she don't know how to do her hair. Like, they be going at her neck. They be going at her neck, honey. And I'm like, child, that white girl with that lazy eye that be on Monday Night Raw be looking a mess. Like, today she looked like she had came from her son's soccer event. I was like, girl. Then when you see a full picture of her, she looked like Legs Up Griffin. You be like, God damn, what the girl? Okay. All right. Whatever. She said, I'd rather my IQ be lower than my body count. Tears. I know the fuck right. Y'all ain't shit. Woo, y'all ready to go to the moon? Sorry, Brian. I go at Kayla's neck because she says she likes flat wings over drumsticks. Bitch. Flats are not better than drums. I don't care what nobody say. You got to do too much work to get to the meat when you could just eat a drum. Like, girl, just eat a drum. That's weirdo behavior, period, Rico. I got that I'm not black enough throughout my childhood also, but I know better. Whoa, I prefer flats also. No, ma'am. Okay? You supposed to get drunk. You know what? It's okay. It is okay, Rico. You know why? Because I realized me and AJ was perfect for each other when where did we go one day? Where did we go? We went and got pizza from somewhere and I bought some wings. Mm-hmm. And I think we was at your apartment. Yeah. And I was like, I don't like flats. And he was like, bet. So we had I think we had a 20 piece. Mm-hmm. And I took all of the drums and you took all the flats. Mm-hmm. And I was like, that's why I love my baby. He ain't take none of my drums. He had all the flats. I can fuck with Tirza. Because if we order wings, I know Tirza gonna eat all her flats and be happy. She's not gonna come over here in my drums. Okay? I don't have to worry about that. So that's okay. It is okay. It's okay. Y'all can have your flats. You and Kenny can fight. But me and these drums gonna be over her. Okay? We're gonna be over her. That's what's gonna happen. Me and Rico gonna be chilling. Like, Rico, you got your 10? Okay, baby, I got my 10. All right, y'all. And I need them to be lemon pepper. Give me my lemon pepper seasoning, please. Okay. So I'm making my universe mode in 2004, and it's so hard because I can't find half of these people in community creations. Okay. That is very left field. It's very much not on brand to the conversation. You get 2 seconds of chicken with flats. Period. flats all motherfucking day. It's okay. You can have them, Tirsa. You can have them, baby, because listen, when I order some wings and I get my lemon pepper and because I like to order a lot of wings. I don't like to order no 8s and 6 piece. Okay. I gets me a good old 20 or 24 piece and I split my wings with AJ and I have mine and he had his. But baby, listen, if we go on this trip and we order a bunch of wings, let me get the flat, let me get the drums and you get the flats. You and JJ can fight over the flats. I'm gonna be over her in my corner, drinking my beer and eating my drums. And I split with Kenny since Kenny enjoyed the drums. I split with her. Well, Tears, I hate to break it to you, sis. Like, who would y'all say would fit in the 2004 era from the current roster of wrestlers? 2004? That's 16 years ago, right? Am I wrong? Is it 12 years ago?
No, 2014?
No, 2004. Is that 22 years ago?
No, 2004 is
what am I getting wrong?
18.
It's 18 years ago? You want us to think 18 years back about who would fit in the roster 18 years back from now? Let me tell you something, King. I'm not finna do that. No, that is something you would have to figure out. Because that's not something I'm willing to even attempt.
Who is your friend?
I'm sorry. There's a reason why I'm no longer in college or high school. Okay? 2004, child, I was not worrying about wrestling in 04. I was worried about the next episode of Rugrats. Damn, was Rugrats still in rotation in 04?
It might have been.
I thought they had all grown up in 04. In 2005, they came out with the all grown up version, right? I feel like getting to the meat in the flats is how I imagine eating pussy would be like. A lot of tongue action. Well, that's not far. That's not far off. You're not far off from that, Rico. Only it's a more concentrated tongue action, if that makes sense. I like both of them equally. My dad liked flats. He used to do that thing where he put the whole wing in his mouth and he finished it clean. Oh. Okay. Well, that leans more into what Rico was talking about earlier. But I ain't gonna go there because that's your daddy, baby. I ain't gonna go there because that's your daddy, baby. Okay? I've never had lemon pepper anything. Honey. If you ain't never had lemon pepper wings, you are truly missing out. Let me tell you something. I like my lemon pepper. I like to make my own. When I make my own, I actually mix my seasoning up. I'm gonna tell y'all what I put in it. So when I make lemon pepper wings, I like the lemon flavor to be strong, but not too overpowering to where I can't taste the wing. I like it to be as balanced as possible, but I like to layer my flavors. So I'll do something like I have lemon pepper seasoning with no salt on purpose so I can control the level of salt. And then I usually brine my wings the night before in a salty vinegar solution. So it has this really delicious flavor to it and the wings stay juicy. I put just a touch of vinegar in the water, not a lot. And I put peppercorns, cracked peppercorns in there and sea salt in the water, make the water super salty. So when my chicken cooks, after I take it out and dry it, I will dredge it with some flour or whatever. And then I take lemon pepper seasoning and shake it on it in a bowl. Now I make like a sweet lemon pepper sauce. I'll usually use honey or agave. But in my seasoning, I usually take coriander, seasoned salt, and I take my lemon pepper seasoning and I mix that together. The coriander is what gives it that really nice tart, pungent flavor. If you don't find, like, you'll find coriander anywhere. It's usually ground up seasoning and it's really good. You can use, what is that other seasoning? There's another seasoning that's really tart that you can use that will give you that heavy punch of flavor without it overpowering the wing. And I just love it. I love it so freaking much. It's so good on wings. It's best flavors you can have is lemon pepper. Tirza said he's vegan, but as of late, he's been teetering with non-vegan foods, aka the fun food. And we love Wingstop. So we get 40 lemon pepper wings, well done. We'll get 20 drums and 20 flats. That's how me and AJ roll, baby. Any heteros or studs care in the chat to validate. Tears are the only one. I'm just saying. That's very accurate. It's a very accurate description. And we be smacking on the wings like a motherfucker. Period. Duh. Damn, people born in 2004 are turning 18 this year. Yep. Daniel Bryan is not that bad looking. Who brought up Daniel Bryan, baby? That just came out of nowhere. We're not on Daniel Bryan's looks. But if you like the troll, then that's okay. You know, somebody gotta like him. You know what I'm saying? That's fine if you think he's attractive. I don't find him attractive. He's not my cup of tea. I'm short, and even though he's short, he's not alluring enough to me in looks for me to care about him like that. So I would overlook Daniel Bryan a lot. Now, you put Drew McIntyre in front of me, we might have problems. Me and his wife might have to fight. If we're talking about white men specifically, Drew McIntyre is attractive. Chad Gable is somebody who I think aesthetically he is attractive, even though he's short. Drew Gulak is attractive to me, even though he's short. Cameron Grimes is very cute to me. I like Braun Breaker. I feel like I can kind of help Braun Breaker get a little swag if I was single, because he need my help. I think Seth Rollins is cute, but he's not technically white. I think Seth Rollins is Latina. Somebody will correct me in the comment section. But you see where I'm going? Like the aesthetic of the certain people that I'm attracted to, Daniel Bryan does not fit. And personality wise, he just get on my damn nerves. So it's going to be a no for me, baby. Now, Tiff, you know damn well what you did, setting us all up for failure by posting that video of reference to Patrick's arm. I lost my ticket and spot up there as soon as I read the caption. I told you was going to hell because you laughed. That wasn't my damn fault. Shit. And it wasn't his arm. It was supposed to be his foot. I don't know who that person's foot was, but they didn't have no toes. I didn't realize that until after I posted the video, and I'm looking at it like, where is this person's toes at? But somebody in the comments said it came from them smoking. They lost their feet, but it could have been it was just overweight. Being overweight, you could lose your toes too. You know what I'm saying? You can get gout and lose a damn toe getting gout. You know what I'm saying? So in 2020, the world shut down the day before St. Teresa's Day. So everything we planned got scrapped. And we were home. And he's like, babe, it's your day. What do you want to eat? I was like, Wingstop. Period, Tirza. Hold on. Mighty Mouse, I'm passing out. Unsee juice. Because what? I don't find them attractive either. I'm making drumsticks this week. I'm going to oven roast them with red potatoes, red onions, and sliced mangoes. The sliced mangoes is some unique shit. I wouldn't have put no sliced mangoes in there. But do you, boo? I feel like that'd be really good with the onions, and you get the sweetness from the onions with the mangoes. That's cute. He said, I'm gonna season them with lemon pepper, ginger, and some other ish. You gonna be you gonna be in there tearing them drumsticks up, baby. Because they gonna be good. They gonna be good. If you got some tahini, put that in there. It get you together, honey. So he drove all the way to the other side of BK and got 60 wings and 4 things of fries. And when I got out the tub, he had it all set up like a picnic with candles and rose petals and my favorite wine. Oh, that's sweet. That is so cute. Tears is flats. Eating flats similar to eat Gucci. I'm telling you, what you're saying does make sense. But Tears would have to confirm. Sheamus is attractive. unconventional kind of way. I'm not attracted to Sheamus like that. He's a nice looking man, but he a little too light bright for me. No shade to Sheamus. Says Armenian, Irish, and German. Okay, so he like 3 different shades of white. Cool. I'm sorry. Armenian is like what, Eastern European? He's somewhere. Rampage Brown. Not particularly Rico, at least not for me. When I used to eat, I wouldn't compare my work to eating flats. I think he meant by like how you put your tongue through the flat. Like if you eat in flats, you obviously trying to get to the meat, right? But sometimes when you eat a flat, you have to push your tongue through and you're like working your way through the 2 bones instead of breaking them apart and eating the meat. You working your way through the bone while the meat is still on it. Oh, I'm gonna have to show you what I mean, and that's gonna be really gross, so I'm not gonna do that. It's always gonna be Cameron Grimes for me. Well, because you know how the meat is in the middle and you gotta kind of work to get it out. Yes. I've always thought Seth was hot. He's gotten hotter as the years have passed, and I've seen him in person a few times, and I was like, I see it, Bex. Go ahead, sis. Right? I think he's attractive. And then with the way that he has evolved his style, thank God for King Troy, because goddamn, he was getting on my nerves, okay? But Troy done blowed him up tremendously, all right? So I imagine the motion of attempting to get the meat out with your tongue is similar. That's what I think he was meaning. One gotta go, the New Day members. I'm not getting rid of any of them. I fucking love Kofi to the moon and back. I am infatuated with Big E. You're gonna have to fight me for Big E, and I will win, just so you know. I will win. And Xavier is a true treasure, and nobody is gonna get rid of him. All 3 of them are number 1, and we're not even gonna try to attempt to get rid of any of them. Tara said, absolutely not. You gotta do a lot of tongue punching to get the meat out the flat. Me personally, I just put the whole piece in my mouth and suck the meat out. That's a lot of sucking. Like that is some fucking true mouth power. Cause I'm not doing that. I am not doing that. I came across a random account on Twitter with no profile saying Sanga is Poppy. If we going POCs in WWE that are attractive, I think that Veer is an attractive man. Like on his social media, when he has on actual clothes, like suits and everything, that man is very attractive. And his hair is fucking beautiful. I think Jinder Mahal is attractive. People don't agree with me, but I think he's an attractive man. Who else did I think is attractive? I think Mansoor is attractive, and he bulked up the time frame that he was gone from TV. I think he's very attractive. Mustafa Ali is probably one of the most handsome men I've ever seen in my entire life. He is gorgeous. Hair, face, aesthetic. He is just a beautiful man. Who else? I don't think anyone chomping down on a whole coochie like that. But when I have eaten flats, not out of desire, out of necessity, I've had to use a lot of tongue, and the thought has ran across. I don't think it's exactly like that, but I think I understand what you mean. What? When was? Oh yeah, I missed it. One gotta go, Randy, Kurt Angle, or Ray. That is the most random set of people. That is so random. that day I was at the nail salon unknowingly sitting next to King Troy's assistant, and she FaceTimed him, and he was doing a fit-in with Seth Rollins, and he had on no shirt, baby. Most of the me and Rico bitches in conversations got like cake on top of cake. I called Tiffany 3 times and she answered. I did not even. I remember that because I missed the call and I ended up calling her back and she was gone already from the salon. And I was very upset. I'm like, ah. I just like it when men be a little thick. First of all, me and Rico will fight over Big E. I don't give a damn about what he's talking about. Big E belongs to me. He is mine. You back up. You and your bussies got to go. You got to go. Anybody else he can have, but and if we're going like BIPOC, like biracial, I think Cody Rhodes is attractive. I've always said this. I always get a lot of flack for it, and I don't care. I think he's attractive. I don't think Ricochet is attractive to me, and the reason why I don't find Ricochet attractive is because Ricochet don't have enough swag for me. And I know that seems odd, but for the most times that I've seen him, he don't have no swag. Now, if I could see him in action, spit in game, I'd probably be like, okay, Rick, I see where you at. But for now, like I feel like Ricochet lacks swag, in my opinion. All Big E would need to see is to see me bust it down on the dance floor and he'll be hooked. Bitch, no. Seth was super sweet and he told me he liked my braids. I fucking hate her. I hate her so much. And I'm mad because I didn't answer the phone. I didn't answer it not because I didn't want to, but because I wasn't by my phone when she called. Lord. I had left my phone upstairs that day and I was downstairs with Dad talking to him. Mm-hmm. When I came upstairs, I missed the call and I ended up calling her back and she was gone from the shop already. And she had already talked to he had already talked to him. She had already had it. And I was like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. Really? I miss everything, by the way. That always happens to me. One gotta go. Eddie Murphy, Bernie Mac, Kevin Hart, or Martin Lawrence. This is easy. Kevin Hart. Kevin Hart can be gone. No shade, but Kevin can go. I've seen Ricochet in person, and I must say he's attractive. I just don't see it. I just don't see it. Maybe I haven't seen him in person, so that's why. But me personally, when I see him on TV, even in TikToks, it's like I don't know. And it's not even the stuff that I've seen that I wasn't supposed to see, like the leak shit that happened with him. That is irrelevant because a lot of men like having their salad tossed, so I'm not really concerned about that. But my thing is, like, I just there's something about him that I need that I'm missing, and I don't know what it is. And I'm just saying that I need he got to give me something, and what he's given, it's not enough for me, if that makes sense. Austin Theory got a nice ass. I've seen enough of Austin Theory's ass, and I'm just gonna say, if you like it, good for you. I hope you enjoy it because I've seen enough of his ass. Okay. Tiff said, hands off Big E is mine, period. Nah, me and her fight. I'm a win, period. I'm going to win, Rico. I'm going to win. And I fight very dirty. If I know you got some weaknesses, if I know you got pains in certain areas, I'm taking you out right there. Because I don't like fighting long and I don't need to fight long. All I need to do is strike where the iron is hot, make sure I get you down. And if I get you down on the ground, it's over. I'm picking up whatever the fuck I can. I'm knocking your ass the fuck out with it. Brick, chair, phone, don't matter. You going down. Nope, just switch the conversation, please. I don't know what he was getting fitted for, but he looked the fuck goods. I feel like Gunta can throw down. I don't want to learn if he can. He's another white man that I'm not attracted to, as well as Ludwig. I'm not attracted to him either, or they little Gianni Vinci man over there in NXT. None of them are attracted to me. None of them. All right. Let me get back to some of y'all comments. I had to blow my nose. So, unless you wanted to listen to me blow my nose, dear, I. Probably. Tears said it was crazy because I was telling King Troy how much I love what he's been putting on Seth Rollins, and Seth just popped in and was like, "Oh, really?" And I was like, "Ah!" She said all loud and shit, bitch. Now I'm really mad. I'm really mad. Oh, that makes me so mad. Dang, she gonna get you in your knee. Me and Tim gonna scrap like Rachel and Nora. I'm telling you, it's gonna be a fucking problem. Now, who do y'all think is attractive between Jimmy and Jay? They twins. My distinguished twins cannot be distinguished in that way, okay? They're attractive, period.
Ouch.
Period. Both men are attractive. I was more attracted to Ludwig before he got super ripped. Me too, Rico. She said both of them, period. One gotta go: Janet Jackson, Beyonce, Rihanna, or Mary J. Blige. Rihanna. Read my mind, Rico. Thank you. Rihanna could go. It won't kill nobody to see not have Rihanna around. No shade to Rihanna, but I met Jimmy and Naomi and I was like, holy shit. Period. I bet Naomi's beautiful in person. She seemed like such a fun person. Tears to talk about her all the time. Everybody in the locker room says how nice she is, how wonderful she is, and oh, I hope she can come back. I hope WWE see her worth and lets her come back. With Stephanie and Triple H there, I hate they fix some things. I hope they fix some things. Janet ain't going no motherfucking where. Well, clearly. Unless somebody pick her, then that's a fight you're gonna have with them, not with me. I gotta fix my wig. Both of them are equally attractive. Naomi is so nice and she's so pretty. I love that I got the chance to meet her. Oh, that's cool. Speaking of which, y'all should watch The Wilds on Amazon Prime because it's some good shit. Let me tell y'all about this crazy ass show Rico made me watch. So on Amazon Prime, there's a show called The Wilds. All right. Oh my God, Naomi is. I can't even describe it. Just like Bianca. When I met Bianca, I swear she was sparkling. Her beauty is unreal. Which wrestler you know you can beat up in real life? A lot of them. I feel like Natalia can't fight in real life. That's why she talk a lot of shit, but she can't really fight. Natalia, I could beat up Carmella, but Carmella is real nice. They always say Carmella's real nice, and she seemed like a cool person in real life. I could probably fuck with Carmella on some real shit, but like character wise, she get on my fucking nerves. So I'd probably beat her ass by default. When I met Naomi, I cried like a bitch. Adam Cole. I feel like Adam Cole's a sleeper fighter. Like he can really fight. But I still think Adam Cole's a crier in bed. I don't care what nobody's saying. Stop it, not Natty. Natty can't fight. Turn that fan on, please. Natty can't fight. I don't care what nobody says. She can't fight. I see why Montez got multiple Bianca tats. Oh, he is deathly in love with her.
They both said the same thing when they saw each other.
Right.
They both was like, who is that?
Yes. I said it with my whole chest, and I still say it. And I got mad respect for Adam Cole. And like he was one of those people that I would have been like, can I kick it with Adam Cole? But his motherfucking head is Jimmy Neutron level big, and that I cannot unsee. So for me, that's a deal breaker for me. But anyway, I remember we did top 5, and I told everybody in the top 5 then that I felt like Adam Cole was a fucking crier. I still feel like that to this day. I feel like either in the middle or after. He just be crying. Like, you're the best thing that ever happened to me. You just be crying and shit.
Wow.
Swear to God, I feel like that. But I mean, if that's not true, it's not true. But he looks the part. I'll put it that way. Natty's overcompensating for something, and it could be that she can't fight. I don't care what nobody say. That bitch can't fight. I don't like how he came in Pat McAfee either, but that's just on me. Child, Pat McAfee probably can really whoop his ass in real life. You know what I used to think? I used to think Pat McAfee was just some white dude that had a lot invested in black culture, but that nigga really is on some hood shit. Like Pat really come from some hood shit, which is why he know the game. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I was like, I misjudged you. I apologize for that. But shit. Pat can whoop some ass. I feel like if Pat really, really wanted to fight, motherfuckers would get hurt. Especially with that kicker foot. Them punters kick shit at the strength of what? There was a punter that was kicking. They said he kicked at the strength of an elephant at one point.
Yeah.
That's how strong they can kick. That PSI is no joke. Like, he out there tearing some shit up. Clearly, look at all the surgery she's gotten. Child. Pat McAfee is one of the best things about SD, and that's facts. And he be for the culture and for the girls, period. I'm telling you. All I needed was for Pat to marry a black girl, but he married to his wife. That's his queen. I'm happy for her. But I was like, if Pat had had him a black girl, oh, it'd have been Team Pat. It's been Team Patty all day. It's still Team Pat, but I'm just like, you would have had just a little bit of melanin on your plate. Just a little bit of melanin on your plate. Now, Tiff would be right. I remember one of the Total Divas episode where Tamina almost knocked the fuck out of that bald-headed guy, because I know if she wasn't there, Natty would have stood there weeping. Her ass can't fight. Because the way he made the Maxim male model segment work, honey, child, you know who destroyed? Pat helped you grow into it, right? But fucking Mansoor sold that shit. If Mansoor wasn't out there and it was just for fucking Mace, Dio Madden, if it was just him, bitch, kudos to LA Knight, because he went all the way in and took it all the way to the depths of hell and brought it back. And it works because it's bad. It's so bad that it's good. And it works for him. But child. Anyways, let me get back to the Wilds. So the Wilds is this TV show that come on Amazon Prime, right? And it's about these girls that come from all different walks of life, and they all being brought together on this desert island, and they're surviving on this island. But the kicker is their survival is all staged and based off of what this big old corporation is trying to prove about men and women, right? They put the men on one side of the island for the other season, and then they got the girls on the other side of the island for this season. And the island is all rigged up on some Survivor series, on some Survivor shit, and you can see everything, and it's just so fucking bananas. I don't want to tell y'all everything, but I feel like that is a show that you would binge watch on like a Friday or Saturday when you ain't got nowhere to go, and it's late and you want to watch something. You need to watch that. It come on Amazon Prime. It's definitely worth the watch. Okay, woo, because it's such a good show. Nah, that's facts. Mansoor sold it, and he bulked up. Mansoor is massive. He is so big. I'm like, did they put a suit on him? What is going on? He is huge up top. Because he was not that fucking big before. I'm like, goodness. If you let someone away slap you on your own property, that explains a lot. Child, let me tell you something. That was one of the reasons why I knew she couldn't fight. Because the girl slapped you on your property in front of your house, and you didn't do shit. You just told her to get the fuck out of here. And it was just like, girl, this woman slapped you. You're not gonna do nothing? You can't fight. You can't fight. Just scary ass. That's why you talk a lot of shit. People who talk a lot of shit like the way she do, they can't fight. I never want to hear the word titillated for a while. Child. Pat sold that titillating. I don't find anything interesting about Marseille. He's just as boring as bathwater. Bitch, he ain't even that. He atoms and molecules boring. Okay? He is motherfucking matter boring. He is definitely fucking earth space seventh period high school boring. Okay? Faden and Dot are queen. Let me tell you something. Faden is my girl. I love Faden because she is very tears up. If you ever get the chance and you just don't have nothing to do one day, you sit down and you watch the Wilds. Faden is gonna be your girl because Faden is free. She be out here getting the D, and she don't care about what nobody got to say. But that bitch crazy. She crazy as four flats on the Cadillac, baby. She is out of her mind. Dot is the girl. She's the one who's been saving their asses this whole damn time. If it wasn't for her and her daddy sitting up there watching them Survivor shows, them girls would have been dead a long time ago, baby. Okay, because the way I would have laid that hoe out, like, I mean, she slapped you on your property. Summer Rae came up to your door, right there, came in there, and then y'all got into an argument and she slapped you, and you just tell her to get off your property. Girl, you got every right to beat her ass. Are you serious? And you don't do nothing? Child, there was no way that hoe would have walked away clean without no black eye. She'd have been on national TV with heavy makeup on that day. Okay? Because there's no way. There's no way. No, ma'am. On a deserted island with no food and water, but she gonna wear a fit though. Period. It don't matter if she's starving or dehydrated. She gonna serve a motherfucking look. And was the one, and they asses would be dead without Dottie. You ain't lying because Leah is a fucking basket case and she can't handle nothing but that damn pedophile she been sleeping with. And she knew it was wrong when she did it. I don't care what nobody say. And that man knew that she was a young girl and he waited until she was 18 or so he thought. But he knew. He fucking knew. You fucking knew.
Fucking knew.
You have the audacity to drive your narrow ass to my house and walk on my property and slap me, bitch? You gonna slap me, bitch? Then you fuck up up my nose, they would have dragged my ass in handcuffs. If my nose was broke, her ass wasn't going nowhere without her nose being broke. And that's period. I'd have broke her fucking eye socket. I'd have beat her ass. They would have had to find me at WWE and put me in jail to keep me off of her. I'd have put her ass out. And they would be hypothermic without fatting. Period. Ooh, but wait till you get to season 2. I'm not gonna watch season 2 until I can't watch it this weekend because I have to work this week. I got 2 cakes I gotta make, and I need to make some more cakes to put in storage. But I have to work this week, so I'm probably not gonna be able to watch it when I get done working. But I think Sunday night I'll be able to come up here and rest and watch the show and do a whole binge of the show on Sunday. I might start early though, around like 6, and get dinner done around 2 instead of getting it done by 4. That way I can watch it and be okay with it. It gets wilder. Yeah, child, I gotta store the cakes up so I don't have to work hard. You work smarter, not harder. Because baking cakes is not easy. Oh, it's 8 episodes for season 2. Okay. Oh, if someone showed up to my house like that and I'm a wrestler, there would have been a 10-bell salute for Summer. Child, wrestling, while it's dangerous and some of the moves can get you hurt, and you should be able to use some of the moves to protect yourself, baby. I don't think a lot of wrestlers can fight because most of them are dorks. I'm being 100% honest. This is no shade to anybody who is a wrestler. Tears that know my heart. Charge it to my head and not my heart. But listen, most wrestlers are dorks. They are some weird creatures. They exist in their own little world. Think about what I'm saying when you think about certain wrestlers. Not everybody. So if you met certain people, like I think Seth Rollins is pretty normal. Xavier's pretty normal. Adam Cole's pretty normal. But like the people like Nia Jax and motherfucking what's his name? Drake Wirtz and fucking Jackson Riker, weirdos. God damn weirdos. All of them exist in this little bubble that they've created for themselves, and they don't know anything about the outside world. It's so fucking weird. Them, Swerve Strickland, weirdos. Weirdos. And they're dorks. Just massive ass, insecure little dorks. I'm telling you. Child, she the queen of them. Queen of the dorks. Queen of the dorks. I know her ass can't fight by the way she talk. She would get her ass whooped in any setting that she would be in, whether it be for the culture, whether it be non-melanated, whether it be BIPOC, whatever the fuck it is. She would get her ass whooped by any and everybody. And the thing about that is Natty and Summer had real heat. Natty had no reason to not like Summer. Most likely jealousy and insecurity. I don't know what she was jealous of Summer Rae for. Summer Rae wasn't getting no more than Natalya had. Summer Rae might have been on TV a couple times and had a few storylines, but she wasn't getting shit. She was not getting nothing. So I didn't understand. I didn't understand what the hatred was. And all the girls had to go through her to be better anyway. She should have been taking it as a moment to make sure Summer Rae improved so that they can move forward rather than worrying about what the fuck this girl was getting and what she wasn't. It's easier to count off the wrestlers who can fight than the ones who can't. Facts. Sasha Banks cannot fight. I don't know about that. I think Sasha can fight. It depends on the circumstance, but I think she can fight. Natty was so wrong for what she said to Summer. One thing I do know is that Naomi and Bianca gonna throw down. Oh, them girls can fight. I don't care what nobody say. They can fight. Ember is easy. Her can't come up with a roast or a comeback on Twitter says a lot. And they both are nice ladies, but don't push them. Period. And Natty said that Summer dancing with Fandango and wearing revealing outfits was her being a cheap stripper. She told Summer that to her face, that she was practically a stripper. That's exactly what Summer said. Natty was jealous of the fact that she was younger, thinner, and blonde. I don't even know why. She don't look like a cheap stripper. She looked like a dancer. That's how the dancers look in the ballroom when they come out there. They wore those type of dresses. I used to love watching the ballroom competitions on TV. Those girls used to bust down, and their outfits were fucking gorgeous. And you can see it when you watch Dancing with the Stars and the professional dancers come out there. They all dress similar. The dresses are shorter, it allows for movement, and it's more revealing, but it's more focused on the movement so you can see how the body moves. If she would just, she was so busy trying to hate that she didn't even understand what she was looking at. That's how stupid she is. And she said there's a reason why you're 30, Summer, and still single. Girl, let me tell you something. Nobody was saying nothing to you when you had your lily white ass on national TV degrading your husband, talking about his sex game was trash, and you wanted him to be a burglar in your house. You and your 39 cats. You better be quiet before your ass be single. Shit. Sitting up there with two paws as your only partner. The fuck? Shit, talking about I want you to have a little bit more spontaneity. You know, be a burglar. Girl, you trying to get raped? What the fuck? Oh no, babe. No. We don't do rape fantasies. Okay? That's nasty. That's nasty. Had that man climbing through windows and shit. I'm like, girl, if you don't get your crazy ass up out of here, get up and go slap your sister in the titties so you can go to bed and go snuggle up next to two paws. Because that seems like that's the only way that's going to get you off. You and all these goddamn cats. And one thing I can't stand is when you in somebody's house and they got their damn pets on the counter where you cook at. Oh, no, ma'am. Your cat's whole asshole is in your face while you trying to chop vegetables and shit. Bitch. No. I watch Amber get beat up and be like, world star. Why would Natty be jealous? She's literally the best technical out of all the girls. Same reason why she keep finagling with her face every 2 months. Because she's insecure. That's what Summer was saying. I feel like Lana can't fight, but she gonna put up a crazy defense. I don't think she can fight either, but Lana don't need to. She got a big ass brute for her husband. She's fine. And she like she was about to cry and so concerned when TJ was rehearsing with Eva in the ring. She definitely was jealous of Eva, and that I can understand. Eva is a very statuesque looking woman. She's very muscular, very feminine looking, beautiful face. You know, and she always finds some striking hair color to give herself so she stands out even more because of that. Princess Bubblegum is a beautiful woman, so I can understand why Natalia was jealous. But if it was me and I'm married to you, I wouldn't be jealous of none of that shit. Cause bitch, you gonna have to go through me to get him. And if he go leaves me to be with you, I will rake his ass over the coals and take everything that he owns. So go ahead. Do you, boo? She was like, don't knock it till you try it. Girl, I don't want my husband to be no burglar coming in my house tying me up. We can just do the tying up stuff. But I don't need you to be no burglar doing all that extra shit. If he want to be a dom and me be submissive, that's fine. We can do that, but not no burglar rape fantasy shit. No, 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 no. Absolutely the fuck not. I feel like Matt Riddle can beat up most guys in the locker room. I feel like all you have to do is get Matt Riddle high and you can whoop his ass. Most people defenseless when they high anyway. Summer asked the seamstress in the back to make one of her dresses shorter, and Natty was all up in that interview booth, slut shaming her. The dress is supposed to be that way. I found out Eva is 5'9", and that's unnerving. Statuesque, tall woman. I just know that Natty's mom will hold that cat for like a good 10 minutes and then go straight back to cutting vegetables and touching food. That's fucking nasty. Nikki Bella was a little jealous of Eva also when she first got there, as she should have been. Even Natty said, I hate to admit this, but Eva Marie has an it factor. She was beautiful, and all she had to do was train. If Eva Marie had trained and improved herself wrestling wise, she would have worked. But because she was so fucking mid, like she was worse than Lana was. And I was just like, what is going on? Are we regressing here? Like, you could have she just had to be better. She just was not up to par, in my opinion. No matter where she trained, she wasn't doing it. Them girls hated Eva, and it was really for no reason. They hated her because she was beautiful and she was striking. She didn't have to say anything to command attention. The attention would always be on her, no matter where she was in the room. And that is due to how she looked and the confidence that she had. These girls picked up on that immediately. And in order for them to dull her down, they started to do the hate train shit, which the Bella twins are known for doing. And she's not the only one. There have been other women who've accused them of doing things like this, like Maria, like Eve. Like there's a bunch of people that have said that the Bella twins were some monsters to them. And I'm just like, you know what? I believe it. I believe it wholeheartedly. They despise Eva, Summer, and Mandy. Mandy and Eva, I understand because, like I said, two beautiful women. Mandy is another one. She might have been short, but Mandy has a lot of power, a lot of brawn. She's got a nice looking body, beautiful face. I think right now with the dark hair and those honey blonde like highlights on her, that makes her look gorgeous. She tans a little darker than I like, but that ain't none of my business. But she's a beautiful woman. Like I said, another one walks in the room and she commands a lot of attention just by her being there. So I totally understand why they targeted her and Eva Marie. It's no shade to Summer, but Summer wasn't all that strikingly beautiful to me. She was a conventional beauty, and in my opinion, I just was like, I don't get it. She looked like an average blonde white girl. She's small and thin, but there wasn't really much else to Summer. There was nothing that made her stand out, in my opinion. So I didn't understand why the fuck they was on her ass to begin with. Hey, the only person who didn't hate on her was Naomi. Naomi never said anything about anybody. In fact, she would defend people often. They bullied the fuck out of Mandy until she left the show. I'll never forget that episode. I think it was the first season where Nikki, John, Bree, and Daniel were at John's private play, and Nikki was explaining a situation where Eva was allegedly flirting. Girl, I remember when she came in there and was like, they saying I might be tag teaming with John soon, and I was cracking up because Nikki Bella was pissed. And I was like, oh, girl, are you mad? Is that how you got him too? I know that's how you got him. Child Mandy and that you will never look like me tired ass line. Well, we talking about Mandy in real life, not her character. Summer was just hella tall. She said they were on John's private plane, and Nikki was explaining a situation where Eva was allegedly flirting with John. And at the time, Eva and JoJo were teamed together, so they filmed together. And John was like, out of the two of them, I like the redhead better because in a business where you have to attract attention to yourself, and the look Nikki gave him. It was the tap.
They're taking on each other.
She gave him the titty queasy. I'm good, girl. I'm good. Well, they not together now. So he came in the ring and said, I'm a better husband for my wife. I was like, oh God. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna be mean no more. I'm sorry. We gonna go back on topic. Let me get back to the original topic. We was talking about attractive men in the WWE. Yeah, she squeezed in. All right. So I already went through the non-melanated folk. I went through non-black men, I think, in WWE. Oh, I forgot about Akira Tozawa. I think Akira Tozawa's cute. He's a cute little Japanese man. He's cute. No, I saw her do it. If Edge cut his hair, I would say he's attractive, but Edge got that crunchy water. She said, yeah, I'm good, girl, right? I thought I was the only one who caught that. No. That was a slow hit. Your boots are cute. Anyway, I had to rewind during that line. I almost forgot he was married. Child. He's a married man. You're married to a married man. I was like, yeah, John. Oh, you saw the video in the group chat? Cameron was a whole mess on Total Divas. 1 minute she defends a person and completely stabs him in the back a minute later. Fuck her. I don't like her either. Oh, I would fuck Akira. Isn't he cute? He's just so cute. He's such a cutie. I honestly don't get the hype of Braun Strowman looks. Braun Strowman is not about looks. Like, you just want to fuck a big dude, and he's a big tree to climb. I didn't find Tozawa attractive until he was with Tamina. Now I can say that he has it. Oh, I think he's cute. I saw when Becky tapped Asuka at the end of their match. In wrestling, that means thank you, which I thought was nice. I got to admit, Finn got some of the prettiest eyes I've ever seen. I think Finn Balor is very, very attractive. But them pants he had on today was not it. Was it? But he can live his best life. I just don't like the pants. It draws to his very, very tiny ankles. And I just don't like that. Damien with his new teeth can't get it. He got the big ass hands. Damien got big hands. Try let me see your hands. Hold on. Hold on. Give me your hand back. I need to see it. Hold on. It got pushed up. Okay, yeah. It felt nice. Anyway. Apparently he got new teeth because he used to have some ganglies. Omar's got new teeth for sure, which he needed them because he was out here looking like a 3-year-old about the mouth. Um, he looked nicer with his new teeth, but he not somebody that I would. I fuck Omar's. I fuck him and be like, all right, that was fun. It gotta go. That would explain. Y'all ain't noticed he got when he got his new teeth fixed. He got his teeth fixed. I didn't notice it. That would explain why he was gone for a while. His teeth did look gangly. Go back and watch NXT when he was in NXT. Them teeth was fighting for attention, baby. Okay. Back in the day, Batista was fine. You know, you're very spacey. When you put comments in the conversation, it never be on the current topic at hand. It always be either adjacent or just to the left of the conversation. If Sammy cut his hair and trimmed up his beard, I'd fuck. Right? I feel like Sami Zayn, when he first came to the roster, even though he was real hairy, I thought he was so cute. His little beady eyes. I was like, oh, this little French Canadian man. This little French Canadian man out here trying to get us together. I saw some video of Omos and either my eyes are deceiving me or that nigga got a third leg. Your eyes not deceiving you, baby. He's Nigerian. So I'm pretty sure he is where he needs to be in the pants area. Okay? Or bigger. But yeah. Anyway, we're all the way off. I mean, Omos is cool. You know, and when he got his teeth done, that helped improve his looks. But me personally, he's not someone I'm genuinely attracted to. But I mean, if I was single and it ever came down to it and I met him, I'd give him a piece. But I wouldn't be like, oh, I'm gonna marry Omos today. No, I'm good. I'd be like, I'm straight. You know, I'm like, I fucked Omos. You know, that's it. Then I didn't think about Randy. I think Randy is very attractive. I think KO is cute, but I'm not attracted to Kevin in that capacity. I'm attracted to Kevin more on an intellectual level than physical, which I feel like will come later. If I was like just chilling with Kevin, I probably would be attracted to him because he's funny and he's smart and he has witty humor and he's just fun to be around genuinely. And he's got that sarcastic, witty humor that I'm very attracted to. And I think that is what draws me to KO. I think he's an attractive man face wise, physically. He's he's cute, but my thing is I think me and Kevin would vibe better as friends than we would be as being in the get downs. You know what I'm saying? Like his personality is extremely attractive. That is his best feature. He has a very cute face, and I think he's just genuinely a really good dude. But I feel like the way that would have to come to fruition is like we would be friends and then it would lead to other things. You know what I mean? But I'm like oddly attracted to I liked Elias when he had his beard. I thought he was very attractive. Um I like Randy, but I wasn't attracted to Randy when he first came to the WWE. And when he started like growing his beard in, it's when I was like, okay, Randy, now you on to something. But the older he gets, the more he starts to look like his dad, which kind of weirds me out. Which I understand that's his dad, and he obviously is gonna look like him, but he just looks like his father to me. So that's what I see. So I'm not attracted to that because that's what I see is his father. Um, Outside of that, when it comes to the black men, well, non wrestling, well, non African American men in the WWE, obviously the Usos and Roman are extremely attractive. Like I was Team Roman when he was walking around with the gray contacts. I was like, bitch, you gotta be fucking kidding me. And Sammy has more normal looking body type too. He do. As does Kevin. He looks attainable. No shade, but Omar's voice sounds one of those orcs from the Lord of the Rings. That ain't shade. That's very true. What attracts me to Kevin is his personality. He's hilarious. Randy's attractive card can never expire. I would not be so sure about that. This storyline with him and Ezekiel and Elias is gold. It really is. My mom loves Randy Orton so much to the point of saying that he could do no wrong in her eyes. KO is hilarious. I honestly see Kevin as like a good pal hero guy, not Ezekiel Elias. Y'all be hype. The Rock looks. You see what I'm saying? The Rock is an attractive man, whether you like it or not. He is fine, and power just by the looks, body wise, power wise, he's just all that. Montez can get it also, but Bianca's my girl, so I ain't gonna go there. Let me tell y'all something about Montez. The first time that I saw this man, he The Rock is fine. I don't care what nobody say. The first time that I saw Montez, he was backstage for Monday Night Raw, and somebody was fighting and they was breaking it up. And he came out there with this suit jacket on. It was tan. And I think he had on blue pants. And I'm looking and I saw all these sea of dudes, but he stood out. And I was like, who the fuck is that? Who is that? Somebody needs to tell me who this man is. And then I happened to come across, Nicole was telling me about Evolve. I happened to come across Evolve and I'm looking at it and I'm like, that's him. That's the man from Monday Night Raw. And then they was like, that's Montez Ford. And I'm like, who is that? Then all of a sudden, the Street Profits popped up in NXT. And then they shortly became the NXT champions. And I was like, bitch, this man is fine. And then I seen Bianca. And I was like, who is she? I was like, oh my God. She is fucking gorgeous. And she was out there. I remember when I first saw her, I was like, who is this girl with this long ass braid? Who is this? And she was out there giving you all of the hood attitude she could find, honey. I was like, who is this? And where did they find her? Mark Henry finally did one thing right. One thing right. Nah, The Rock is fine. Is that a question or a statement? You know what makes The Rock attractive? You know what? It's not even the fact that he is aesthetically pleasing or that his body is all of that. The Rock has one of the most beautiful smiles I've ever seen on a man. And number two, he just has like one of those personalities where he could just make you motivated to get up and go. Like he could get up and just be like, "Good morning." You'd be like, "What you want? You want some breakfast?" You want some eggs? Do you want me to cook you some good eggs, bacon, sausage, biscuits, pancakes? Is it a cheat day for you? Because I got you. We ain't got to order nothing. I got all the shit. What you need? What you need? What you need? You need anything? No, I wonder what I'm dead ass. What do his wife do for a living? Do she work? That's interesting. I'm gonna Google that later because I want to know what she do for a living. Because I'd be doing everything for him. He would never have to do nothing. I'd be a straight up housewife. I do everything for Jared that I can. So technically, I still be doing the same thing. It's the same thing. Whatever he would want. Whatever he would want. She said, okay, my ass will turn into the hostess at Denny's real quick, child. Whatever you want, babe. Okay. What you want for dinner? You want lobster? I don't even eat fucking lobster, but I got you. I will boil you some lobster, bitch. I will fry it, bake it, whatever you need. I will get you. Okay? The Rock would always be everyone's hero. He gives me I'll do it when he brought Tamina that house and car. I was like, damn, I want a cousin like that. Why he bought her a whole he bought Tamina a brand new house and a car. And I was just like, wow. Like of all of the people in the WWE, I feel like Tamina really, really deserved those tag team championships. And quite frankly, Tamina could have been the transitional champion that they needed for her. Like if they needed a transitional champion, Tamina could have been that girl, in my opinion. I just feel like they missed on a chance to really celebrate Tamina the way she deserved to be celebrated. And I'm not saying she needs to be champion for a long time, but like this would be a sweet spot. Like if Tamina had won Money in the Bank, right, and then she cashed in on Ronda, and then she was champ, she would have the belt until SummerSlam, and then somebody would take the title off of her. Boom! It's the perfect opportunity to give Tamina that title, right? That's what I was just saying, Tirza. That would have been the perfect opportunity to give it to her because if she wanted somebody to be transitional, then make it so that you give it to somebody who didn't necessarily need it, or more specifically, somebody who was unconventional, didn't need the title, but it would have at least helped pad their resume and actually allow them to have the championship for a little while. Something that they had been eluding their grasp for quite some time. You're taller than Beth Phoenix. But it is what it is, ladies and gents. All right, so I am gonna go because it's about to be 2 o'clock in the morning, and I'm not trying to make this live any longer than it already is. I will probably go live tomorrow after the Great American Bash. Let me recap the Great American Bash right quick so that you guys know what you're going to be in for tomorrow when it comes to the matchups. Hold on, y'all. Let me take that overlay off. And you'll know who's competing, and we can talk about it tomorrow after the show. If you don't watch NXT, I think you should. It's a really good, it's a different show, and they pretty much stick to the task of creating characters, and they have very good matches on NXT. Sometimes the matches aren't great, but they do have good matches on NXT. I'm curious to see how Alba Fire will respond to Lash Legend. It seems like Lash is always the stepping stone for the girls. I wish they would give Lash an opportunity at Mandy's championship. That's something that I want to see. If they wanted to go with Liv, she could have won the Rumble or something. True. That part I agree with. I still will stand on Tamina should have beat Beth for the title. That's a long time ago, baby. Nothing you can do about it. Let's get into the Great American Bash really quickly. So again, we got some singles competitor matches, and then we have some tag team bouts, and of course, we got the big Kahuna with Cameron Grimes. So let's start off with the girls. There's only 2 matches at the Great American Bash that involve women. This one is Wendy. This one is Wendy Choo and Tiffany Stratton. If you know, you know. If you don't, you don't. It's simple. Tiffany doesn't like Wendy, and Wendy doesn't like Tiffany. Mainly because honestly, I don't know what the issue is between these two, but more specifically for Tiffany, she's a spoiled brat. She don't like that Wendy be getting the one up on her often, so she's been taking it to Wendy a lot. Her and Wendy now will culminate their feud at the Great American Bash, and I guess we'll have to see what the girls gonna do. Okay. Moving on to the tag team championships. Now we all know that Roxanne won the breakout tournament for the girls, which guaranteed her a shot at Mandy's contract. Didn't say when or when she had to cash it in, but it did say it guaranteed her a shot at Mandy's contract. So we're waiting in the wings to see when Roxanne is going to use that shot at her contract. But of course, they've been on Cora Jade's ass for quite some time, and she's tried to go after Mandy Rose's her title before in a fatal 4-way, and it has eluded her grasp. Now, after the girls tried to go after Roxanne, Cora Jade and Roxanne have teamed up to defend themselves against Toxic Attraction. So now we have a match set at the Great American Bash. We got Toxic Attraction against Cora Jade and Roxanne. I don't know who's gonna win this bout. I'll leave it up to y'all to decide. As far as Tiffany and Wendy Choo is concerned, more than likely they're going to give that W to Tiffany. I would give it to Wendy, in my opinion. She's the best thing about NXT in the women's division. She's fun, she's quirky and campy, and her antics are fun. And I find her to be interesting to watch. But not everybody does. So let's move on to the next tag team bout. The boys are fighting. Apparently, the Creed brothers are sick of Roderick Strong's shit, and Roderick Strong is tired of being disrespected and thrown to the side. Roderick feels like he is the king of the mountain, and the Creed brothers should bow down to him. And the Creed brothers feel like Roderick should just allow them to do them because what they do is win, and that works best for them. Roderick is so involved and so enthralled with proving that he is the leader of this team that he ends up costing them time and time again. Well, this time it was all on Roderick, and he still blamed the Creed brothers for every loss that they've had, including this last one this past Monday. It culminated in a big argument between Diamond Mine, and they have split down the middle. We have Damian and Roderick Strong going up against the Creed brothers to take away their tag team championships and ultimately, in Roderick Strong's words, teach them a lesson in respect and how to let themselves be led. Whereas the Creed brothers are going to, in their words, successfully defend the title against Roderick Strong and prove that they don't need him. So Ivy Nile is left out in the cold, whereas these 4 men are going to be fighting. As I have said before, the biggest person who has to prove the most in this match is Damien. He's the only one to me that has to put any showing out. Everybody else has proven themselves time and time again. Damien has wrestled on NXT's Level Up. Not sure if he's wrestled on NXT before, but he's the only person who definitely has to show up and show out. I guess we'll just have to wait and see. Moving on to a non-title bout. Trick Williams and Wes Lee have been embroiled in a little bit of a feud. Wes Lee has been on a downward spiral since the departure of his partner, Nash Carter. He's kind of been left trying to figure out where he stands. And Wes Lee has had some matches here and there that haven't exactly worked out in his favor. So he came out to the crowd basically to have a conversation about where he's headed, what he plans on doing, and how he wasn't going to allow this loss in his career affect everything going forward. He was going to stand up and do what he needed to do. Trick Williams, of course, grandstanding as the sidekick that he is, decided to throw salt in Wesley's wound. Essentially, he's like, people walk away from you, man. No wonder why. He just kept rubbing it in that Nash Carter was gone. Wesley threw a little bomb of his own. He pretty much said Trick Williams was a glorified sidekick, and there really wasn't much to him other than that. And the best thing about him was the fact that his boy was a better wrestler than he was, a better personality than he was, and he just simply was there to bask in his friend's ambience. Well, that didn't sit too well with Trick either. So there was a match made between Trick and Wesley, and I guess we're going to have to wait and see who is going to be proven to be the better of the two. In all actuality, Wesley can wrestle light years around Trick Williams, and honestly, this isn't a showcase for Trick. This is a showcase for Wesley to prove that he can stand on his own and perform effectively. And that's exactly what he's going to do. Moving on to his partner in crime, Carmelo Hayes is going up against Grayson Waller. Now, Grayson Waller tricked Carmelo Hayes into this match. His arrogance and stupidity is what got him there. Essentially, Grayson Waller came up to him and said, "Hey, I'm a big fan of yours, man. Will you sign some stuff for me?" And of course, being the ever egomaniac that he is, Carmelo signed the shit, not realizing that he was signing a contract to compete at the Great American Bash for his North American Championship. And there you have it. There's the facts. That's the match. Grayson Waller basically weaseled his way into earning a Great American at the Great American Bash, a North American title shot. I don't see Grayson Waller winning. If he does, I'll be fucking shocked. But this match is probably going to go to Carmelo, and they're going to move on to somebody else, which probably will be Wesley. The final bout in this big Great American Bash is between Cameron Grimes. He's going to the moon. And of course, Bron Breakker, who's following right behind him with hopefully healthy arms. Bron Breakker and Cameron Grimes have a bit of a twisted past. It's not that big and it's not that bad, but it's a little twisted. Cameron Grimes switched gears after he lost that North American Championship. He earned an opportunity to face Bron Breakker, and he's been digging at Bron Breakker ever since. This last feud that he had with him, or promo battle he had on television, really exposed Bron Breakker's biggest weakness: talking. Cameron Grimes talked circles around Bron Breakker, and he pretty much told the man that no matter what he did, where he goes, or how he moves, he will never have the heart to be the best in the best. And it's not because he's not good enough or that he can't reach unattainable heights. It's just genetics. It's not in you. That hurt Bron Breakker to his soul. So much so, he tried to attack Cameron Grimes. Cameron Grimes was too smart and wiggled his way out and ended up injuring Bron Breakker in the process. Now we have a pseudo-injured Bron Breakker and a fully healthy Cameron Grimes, which in my eyes is a very dangerous combination. As much flack as a lot of people like to give Cameron, he's probably one of the most efficient wrestlers, high flyer combo wrestlers in the WWE to date. And one thing about Cameron that you have to be careful of is you don't want to be in the ring with him and actually have an injury. That is a target, and he is going to exploit it in every way, shape, or form. With Cameron, this might be his lucky break to obtain that NXT championship. But if Bron Breakker really wants to beat Cameron, he's going to have to be 2 steps ahead of him and protect himself from the onslaught that he's going to get from Cameron Grimes. With all that being said, I hope you guys enjoy the Great American Bash, and I hope you guys enjoyed the recap of it. And I will see you guys tomorrow after the Great American Bash. Oh, Moose Knuckles hurt me to my soul. I hope you guys enjoy this recap, and I will see you guys tomorrow. I'm going to play the outro, which is my intro for the show, and then I'm going to go. So you guys have a good night. I'll see you tomorrow.